is happening in Australia, why this is happening. Why are these mass wildfires burning in 12 million acres and killing billions of animals and people and burning homes? Why is it so extreme right now? It's extreme because, 100 years ago, the Industrial Revolution began. This is a history of leading up to where we are now. The Industrial Revolution began, mass production, pollution, animals were being affected, but the humans weren't really adjusted to it. We didn't know what was going on. I remember learning in my ecology class that there was a butterfly in the woods that would mimic the color of the tree, and it was always this one beautiful white color to match this tree. And once the pollution started happening with the Industrial Revolution, scientists went back to this forest and they realized the butterflies had changed their color to adapt to the smoke-polluted trees, because the trees were being covered with soot. Now the butterflies were changing their color to adapt to the trees, to blend in with the trees still. We should not be adapting to pollution, we should be changing our ways. In the 60s and the 70s, there were mass protests going on about pollution and smog and what's going on with the earth and how we need to reclaim the earth. And Byron Bay, Australia was one of those places that had a Woodstock festival, protesting the logging of the land. And they won, the people won. And that's why Byron Bay is such a special place in the world, in Australia, because the trees won over logging, over money, over mass production, over this world of chaos that we've created. The trees ultimately are supposed to win. We're supposed to take care of them. And that's why Byron Bay has such a high energy and so much love in it, because in this Woodstock Festival in 1972, people from Sydney were fleeing Sydney to help not log this area. They wound up winning, and they created farming communities where they were connected to the earth, connected to themselves, connected to each other. And they were happy. And the protests started dying out, not as much was being broadcasted. Fast forward to the 1990s, early 2000s, the internet began. And now we can purchase anything from anywhere at any time. Everything's available. There's mass production factories and farming, and it's not sustainable. These mass production farmings, mass production of clothes, food, animal farming, it's increasing the carbon dioxide in the air, along with so many other fossil fuels and airplanes and etc. yada yada yada. We're just consuming too much. Too much is available to us, and too many of us are saying, yes, I want it all, versus realizing, okay, where is this coming from? How much gas did it take to get here? How much time did it take? What was their working environment like? What was the situation? Is it made out of sustainable material? We have things that are being made at mass rates with mass numbers, and it's the fuel being used to fly it to you and to create it, and the water being used to create certain things, and then the pesticides and the dyes and the chemicals that are being used for farming and for making these fast fashions are polluting the air. They're making the people who are working in that sick, making the animals sick, increasing the carbon dioxide in the air, which is breaking the ozone layer in Australia, making the sun more potent, and also heating the earth, heating the globe, melting the glaciers. So why is Australia in a terrible natural disaster right now? Because our world is extremely unhappy with us. The earth sees the way we've been living for the last 100 years, and she is not happy. She wants us to change our ways. She wants us to realize that we have all we need. She can provide us with all we need. Some organic food from our garden, from our farmer. Buy clothes from our local person that makes sustainable clothing out of eco-friendly material. Brushing my hair, brushing my teeth with bamboo brushes. Using in the morning before I go to work or before I do whatever I'm doing for the day, I have my refillable water bottle. I have my cutlery made out of wood or made out of metal, whatever it's made out of. It's not plastic. It's not easy access, disposable. Piling it away, being made at mass numbers to be used once and thrown away. And that's what a lot of the world is going through right now, is they're purchasing all these things and then they're just throwing them away right after. And the earth is not happy with that. She gives us everything we need for a reason. And we shouldn't be blinded by materialism and mass production, and because it's easy and it's right there. We need to be slowing down, and realizing what we're consuming so we can reduce these mass numbers of why these natural disasters keep occurring. It's 2020. It's time to make a change. So this next video I'm going to talk about is what we can do, you and I, everyone around us,